Hey everyone, welcome back to Fallout 4 Horizons. So we are back in the Institute again, and we're going to be going to see some more people around here and learn more about the Institute and decide what we think of it and ultimately what the fate of the Institute might be. So this is the robotics section. Pretty sure I wasn't in here yet. I guess we'll see. Yeah, we haven't been in here yet.
Power armor? What would you need that for?
Well, because I don't trust you or any of the synths in here at all. But those reflections actually look pretty good. This is like the fake ray tracing that the ENB does.
Don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Hell, I can write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr. Benet, you know where to find the teleporter.
Now just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that. The synths aren't just Father's legacy. They're his gift to humanity.
Today is full of possibilities.
So here's one person at least who seems to question whether or not making synthetic humans is morally justifiable.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity, and they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests, most of which I designed myself. Not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us, then?
Your synths attacked me every time they saw me. They tried to kill me and everybody else they see. They're completely hostile to everything that's not a synth on the surface. So if that was your design,
You must feel a bit overwhelmed.
pretty terrible. So what's it to you if I stay or go?
What's it to you?
Oh, forgive me. I realize... Well, I understand that's somewhat personal. It would just mean a great deal to Sean. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to synths, please let me know.
Doc,
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've increased synth responsiveness by 0.04%.
No one could notice a change in anything by
Dr. Orman's lecture on
0.4%.
cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
With our third-generation synths, we've improved upon humanity.
hey, Doc.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third-generation synths are a true breakthrough, the culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
What makes them superior?
The list of improvements is exhaustive. I can talk for an hour and still not cover all of it. Imagine what you could accomplish if you could live without fear of hunger or disease. Imagine what you could create if you could spend every waking moment of your life as you saw fit, with no need of sleep. Like I said, a momentous time.
They're definitely not truly human. But also not really machine either. They're an improvement over humanity. Got a lot of faith in that machine, my man.
Another lovely day, isn't it?
One wrong step and you'd be impaled by that thing. And they're just assembly lining these things out of
Can I
here.
turn off the interferometer?
Aye.
All new synths must be processed without delay.
So you were there the day the bombs fell. That must have been terrifying.
Let's see, production schedule. This is their production schedule for what kind of synths they're making. Oops, didn't mean to go out of there. Plan system upgrades, current project, approved in progress, see implementation status below for details, implementation of new synthetic optic nerve tissue, increase in visual acuity. Okay. Upcoming. Motor reflex response time improvement. Targeting software package upgrade for better weapon accuracy. Replace blood with a different synthetic blood type for more rapid clotting, improved infection resistances. Unique project. Overriding directive to not alter our synth's basic functions notwithstanding, Father has granted clearance for a rather unique project. In select Gen 3 units, the synthetic brain is indeed capable of accepting specific enhancements in the visual cortex, basal ganglia, and right parietal cortex. The result is substantially improved combat effectiveness due to two factors: an increased understanding of weapon accuracy, to the extent that the combatant can actually visualize the percentage of effectively hitting targets or smaller areas on those targets. 2. An altered sense of perception that mimics the effects of slowing or even stopping time. Recommend we commence surgery and field trials on appropriate operatives in the near future. This is what people refer to whenever they say that the player is a synth, because the player can do all this before they even have a Pip-Boy. The whole, oh, you're using a Pip-Boy to do it? That's how you do all the targeting, the VAT system that's from the Pip-Boy and everything? This kind of spells out, though, exactly what VATS is, and very much seems to point towards the player being a synth. And it's really odd, though. Why would Father do that? Why would Father make a synth recreation of his father and then set it loose upon the world? And if he did that, would he have simply given it some very basic memories of what happened pre-war? I mean, look, this has been my theory for a while, and people will argue with me on this, but whenever you talk to, what's his name? Dima, over in Far Harbor, right? Dima says, what's the furthest back thing you can remember? He asks that to your character. And your character responds that they can only remember as far back as when the bombs fell. They were going to go and give a speech at the local veterans building. They remember the bombs falling and packing away their son and themselves and their wife into Vault 111, and then they are cryogenically frozen there and everything. It's not a stretch at all, given what we know about memory implanting and such, and memory adding. It's not even remotely a far stretch to think that Father could have created a Gen 3 synth, maybe even a prototype Gen 3 synth, with these kind of upgrades, given them these false memories, which is not that hard to do. We already know this. It's not that hard to do. You can give a synth whatever memories you want. This is very within the realm of reason in this world. They could have given us those memories, then set us loose upon the wasteland, and the reason why we are so effective in combat, why we're so strong, is because we are a prototype Gen 3 synth. No wonder we're able to take down a Courser, because we're actually superior to them. For me, this makes perfect sense, and I don't know, you can't really 100% prove it, but this does say unique project as well. It says in select Gen 3 units. And it also says unique. A unique project, meaning that there is only one. Unique means that it only one thing has had this done to it. I think this says to me that your Nate or your Nora, whichever you choose to be, is indeed a prototype Gen 3 synth that has the most badass upgrades that the Institute could have possibly made. And we're just a big experiment from Father. He just gave us some basic memories. The whole thing is a sick experiment. He gave us some sick memories. Well, not sick memories, but he gave us some basic memories, then set us loose upon the wasteland. Then he created a version of himself as well as a synth, in case we ever showed up, or maybe for his own weird reasons. It's just the whole thing, I think, is deceit and trickery. I do not trust Father in the least bit. I don't think that we're really his father. I don't think that he is our son. I don't think we are even human. I think the player character is a synth. You can argue with me if you want. Phase 1, or was it Gen 1? Gen 1 phase out. Per Father's plans, it is discussing at the recent Directorate meeting, we will soon begin to phase out our Gen 1 synth units within the Institute, with the intention of relegating all remaining units to surface duty only. Our first generation synths have served admirably and exceeded their design specifications in virtually every category, but the remarkable breakthroughs in synth design and production that have led to our latest, more aesthetically pleasing models herald a time for change. Over the next several years, we expect to replace all Gen 1 units with Gen 3 units, and in time, we will enact a similar plan with Gen 2 synths as well. As we look towards the future, let us also honor the memories of those whose hard work and innovation made the synths possible, and let us never forget the singular vision that challenged our forebears and that drives us today. Mankind redefined. So they are tossing the Gen 1 synths out like trash. They don't outright exterminate them. They don't just like outright kill them. But they're tossing them out like trash on the surface and don't let them back in. SRB investigation. As you are all aware, from time to time, one of our Gen 3 synths assigned to surface duty will malfunction and go off assignment. While only a rare occurrence in the past, in recent months we have seen the number of losses rise noticeably. Dr. Io has opened an investigation into this matter, and I must ask that you all give him your full cooperation as he looks into this troubling issue. Please answer his questions as completely as you can and provide Dr. Io with any logs, materials, or other items he requests. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve this matter quickly. Thank you, Father. So, Gen 3 synths assigned to service duty have malfunctioned and go off on their assignments. Maybe because they've gained self-awareness and they're deciding to do their own thing? It's only been a rare occurrence in the past, but in recent months they've seen a number of losses rise noticeably. Yeah, because they're becoming more and more self-aware and realizing they don't have to do whatever you tell them to do. Very illuminating terminal there. Surface work crew tracking. So here we can learn about the various things that are out in the Commonwealth here. So I'm not sure what Site Epsilon is. These are all code names. Raider attack, 1 unit abducted, SRB notified, awaiting update. Okay. I don't know where these things are at. One of them was recalled and there was no data present. Maybe we can find out what some of these things are. They're all kind of in code right here, so we can't really tell which one is which. I know one of these mentions Paladin Dance being a synth. Some interesting stuff here. Found unit J284 cleaning boardroom for the 3rd day in a row. I don't think this unit has ever actually left the boardroom. Navigation software patch. Unit returned to service. Unit X472 complaining of blurred vision in right eye. Unable to correct without permanent damage. Unit wiped and reassigned to facilities division. So there was some damage to their eyes. They just wiped their memory and reassigned to doing menial tasks, pretty much. Primary drive breakdown on B347, 3rd unit this month. Can we please look into this? Latest navigation software update has some issues. Found 2 Gen 1s trying to walk through walls. Pathfinding software updated. All Gen 1 units will require patch. Maybe that's why we see people trying to walk through walls and having weird pathing. It's a feature, guys. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Hey Dad, Eve is having trouble speaking today. A lot of stuttering. Can you please look into it? Identified a rare looping issue in speech subroutines, corrected and patched.
The synths are treating you well, I hope.
Hi, Doc.
Today is full of possibilities.
They won't say anything more to me, though,
The
unfortunately.
synths aren't just Father's legacy. They're his gift to humanity.
Dr. Logan.
All our divisions are important, but I tend to think of robotics as the first among equals.
It would perhaps be poetic justice that the biggest breakthrough, the strongest possible synth, the most advanced version that they made would be the one to take down the Institute as well, wouldn't it? That would be some divine irony or something like that. Somebody is doing some work somewhere. Up 1 level.
No use.
This one cannot be accessed, which is interesting. What could be in there?
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
When the lights go down and the stars come out, man just forgets about all his troubles.
Doctor.
Welcome, welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
what do you do here?
Oh, I'm in charge of housing and provisions. It's my mission to ensure that everyone lives a comfortable and productive life. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
Makes me wonder, so I don't think Father told anybody else about this experiment. I don't think he told anybody else about us being synthetic, that is.
Scanning. Subject identified.
This is the Retention Bureau.
I'm heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging
Carry
their feet
on,
the
sir.
targeting package
Hello.
upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send the message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Random
Father's a
scientist.
great man. You must be very proud.
What is this room? Is this another teleporter?
Courses on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
So basically, you're the secret police.
Secret police? If that's a pre-war reference, then I'm afraid it's lost on me. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I hate to break it to you, but your Courser wasn't all that tough.
Then it's likely the unit was defective. It's rare, but faults can occur from time to time. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Be careful wearing that. You might be mistaken for a Brotherhood of Steel soldier.
Dr. Ayo,
Yes, what is it?
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Justin,
Yes, what do you need?
if you're the acting head of the SRB, who were you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Dr. Zimmer is over in the DC area. He's over in Fallout
The
3.
Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously. I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a lot harder when they're always angry at us.
What's Justin doing that's causing friction?
Oh, he's just pushy and demanding. He thinks his problems should be everyone's biggest concern. I have to admit, though, the other divisions have never taken our needs as seriously as they should. Guess they see us as a necessary evil or something. It's really not fair. Oh, just listen to me. It's the first chance we've had to get acquainted, and all I want to do is complain. In any case, it was good to meet you.
Dr. Secord.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
They might not be strictly people, but that doesn't mean that they're not... doesn't mean they're not sentient or worthy of consideration for rights and such. Look at all the goodies. A single fusion cell. Let's see. List of informants. Cricket, yes, I knew that. Cricket is a caravaneer. Tommy Lonigan, which is the owner of the Combat Zone. Did not know about him. Trashkin Carl, I knew about her. Doc Weathers, okay. Traveling Doctor. AJ, the chem dealer from Good Neighbor. Borowski, the chem supplier, who is now deceased. Lucas Miller, the armor vendor. And Henry Cook, who is also deceased from Diamond City. We've killed some of their informants. Unintentionally, but still. Reclamation target tracking. So these are targets that have gone missing. Unit ID C241. Investigation underway. Coursers assigned. Sighting Good Neighbor. No recent sightings. Unit believed to be in railroad custody. Mem wipe likely performed by now. So memory wipe and face swap, and they're just a new synth, and nobody knows where they're going to be now. S943 unit at large. Investigation suspended. See notes. Site at Boston Airport. Investigation suspended. Area deemed too hazardous at this time because, yeah, it's the Boston Airport's under Brotherhood control. Now, I wonder if this refers to Dance or if it's somebody else. Unit B592. Reclamation scheduled. And this is assigned Courser X688. That is the companion that we get eventually. And they're located at the Libertalia Raider Stronghold. Right, we go to reclaim them eventually. Unit has been memory wiped by railroad agents. New identity is Gabriel. Until unit now leads Raider gang based at Libertalia. Shows a highly aggressive tendency. Has killed several dozen rivals and civilians. Suspect brain damage resulting from mem wipe process. Or he's just an asshole. Unit K823 destroyed. Remains located northeast of Saugus Ironworks. Note, unit remains discovered near Saugus Ironworks and returned to Robotics Division. Unit destroyed by multiple gunshot wounds. Suspect raiders based out of Saugus Ironworks. Okay, already killed those raiders. The Forged. This unit ID is Leet. L337, Leet. Unit at large, investigation underway. Courser assigned is X973. Last sighting was in Corvega. Unit has been memory wiped. New identity is Leo. Leo. Who is Leo? Exercise extreme caution. Unit has been trained by a railroad and is proficient with several weapons. Units evaded capture twice and wounded coursers on both occasions. This is probably for, like, wiping their memory or something. Looks like a very unpleasant... Yeah, unpleasant thing. Shove those into your spine and then hold you down here and wipe your memory with these giant things somehow. I'm not sure how all that works. SRB terminal. Departmental notices. Right, our new visitor. This is about me. As you know, Fathers grant access to our new visitor from the surface. That includes the entirety of the SRB. While we must accommodate Father's wishes in this matter, we must also remain diligent. Refrain from discussing any sensitive information, especially the ongoing investigation involving the Gen 3 synths. In an ideal world, the Railroad will have had no influence on our new guest. We do not live in an ideal world. Yeah. You don't. And it's not just the Railroad. I don't necessarily agree with the Railroad 100%, but I don't agree with what you're doing either here. Missing synth investigation. Due to recent developments in our ongoing investigation into the missing synths, I am adjusting our policy regarding discussion of this subject with personnel outside of SRB. In brief, details of the investigation are now classified and cannot be shared with anyone other than SRB personnel, and even then, such conversations can take place only here in the SRB facilities. Those who are found to be in violation of this policy will face the strictest disciplines. Director Io. Wonder what discipline in the Institute means. Maybe banishment, maybe just execution, being confined to quarters, torture. I'm not really sure what they would do. Infiltration Unit, Mayor McDonough. Starting to wonder if M762, the Infiltration Unit McDonough, hasn't begun to outlive its usefulness. Assuming the identity of Diamond City's mayor has provided us with the invaluable intelligence over the years, but suspicions have only continued to mount. Yeah, everyone thinks he's a synth. This latest incident, the publication of that newspaper article specifically calling McDonough's humanity into question, might just be the tipping point. I've spoken with Io, and we both agree if the situation does become untenable, reclamation seems unfeasible. M762 was specifically engineered to mimic the actual human McDonough. As such, the unit's synthetic biology is that of someone overweight and grossly out of shape. A mem wipe would kill any psychological weaknesses attributed to self-perceived old age, but that body, lost cause. The real irony here is that M762 in one of its dispatches back to the Institute requested a future posting in the coursers, citing loyalty and years of service, and that request alone was evidence enough of self-awareness and independence to completely eliminate him from a contention. Never mind the fact that he wouldn't even fit into the uniform. Determination. When and if M762's identity is eventually compromised, this unit is effectively decommissioned in field. No reclamation, no Institute assistance. Given its relative age and physical condition, not to mention the danger inherent in infiltrator unit's discovery, further lifespan estimates at 2 weeks maximum. Wow. Access to SRB. It's come to my attention that certain colleagues who are dissatisfied with our policies and procedures have, on more than one occasion, tried to circumvent our established process for registering their complaints with Father and have tried to gain access to our secure facilities in order to complain in a more direct manner. I'm sure I need not remind you that the SRB is off limits to all personnel not assigned to this division. Do not allow yourselves to be browbeaten, cajoled, intimidated, or otherwise manipulated into allowing anyone who lacks the appropriate clearance to enter the SRB. Failure to uphold this mandate will result in severe discipline. Power conservation. As you're all aware, Father has asked that we monitor our power usage carefully and try to be as efficient as possible. As a point of personal emphasis, we should strive to be efficient in everything we do, but our division has needs that are unique among the various branches of the Institute. The fact is, sometimes our operations require resources that we cannot readily disclose due to the sensitive nature of what we do. I place my trust in your judgment. If you require additional power or any other resources to carry out your work, then take what you need. Consult me if you have any concerns or questions, but know that the responsibilities of meeting your project deadlines falls upon your shoulders, and I won't accept limited power availability as an excuse for your failure to meet those deadlines. In short, do what you need to do, and if anyone objects to the way in which you carry out your work, I will deal with their objections myself.
Father's work has been a real inspiration for me.
I'm sure it has. These are various monitoring stations that we can check out of places in the Commonwealth, and if you look at them close enough, they do show actual important places they're monitoring. It can be difficult to tell exactly where they are, though, sometimes. Okay, that's enough of that place.
Status. All functions normal.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still. There. All done. You can return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Take good care of yourself, and you won't have to see too much of me.
Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
Hey.
Just as you gave life to Father, he gave life to many of us.
Just using this synth as a test subject for whatever they are doing here.
All this advanced technology, and we still can't cure the common cold.
Is that what you gave him?
Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
You're the doctor here?
Everyone's a doctor here. But if you mean physician, then yes, I'm about as close as we've got to one. How about you take some time to get comfortable, learn the lay of the land and such. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself, so I don't have to.
Incident reports. Let's see here. There's a bunch of these. Okay. Just like regular stuff. Patient ingested lubricant from robotics division on a dare. Okay. Wrist sprain, right hand. Declined to say how injury occurred, only indicate it was related to using a terminal. So, like carpal tunnel? Maybe? Dislocated shoulder, apparent malfunction of synth, handshake gesture applied with extreme force, shoulder reset, and pain medication dispensed. Jeez. So M. Loken, that's one of the doctors we saw earlier. Guy dislocated shoulder from shaking a synth's hand. Patient redacted. Severe blunt trauma to upper torso. Ooh, injury received in FEV lab. Redacted. Director override. Dizziness, shortness of breath. Test results revealed. Redacted. Can't see anymore. Latest batch of food from hydroponics shows increased vitamin D content. Should help with the deficiencies I've been seeing lately. Yeah, because you don't get any sunlight. Nice medbay sleeping beds. Advanced systems. Was I here yet?
Essential to maximum productivity.
Guess we'll see. This is where they do all the maintenance and power and stuff, right? Oh, jeez. Heard it.
She's been at it for over 2 hours.
What are you shooting?
What is she even testing?
Rushed work is sloppy
At this
at
point,
best,
she's just doing
and
it for
deadly
fun.
at worst.
What gun are you shooting? My god, that was shooting super fast.
Well, that was productive. One day, I'll design a more efficient reactor to replace that old clunker in the basement.
I don't think these shoot that fast, but let me see. Seemed like it was bugged to me. These are not automatic. Can I make them automatic? Set to fusion, set to auto.
If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
This is a regular old automatic. Nothing crazy. Just a standard automatic one.
In case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Doc.
Since you're new here, you should take time to learn our safety procedures, and the sooner the better. Rules create order, and order promotes efficiency.
How many rules are we talking about here?
Not nearly enough, if you ask me. I had some handbooks made up, but that was years ago. I'll see about getting one to you.
How big is this handbook?
Just a few thousand pages, but I like to think it's a brisk read. I certainly find it so. Take care, then.
Imagine reading 1,000 pages of rules.
Doctor.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept I've been toying with. High-energy weapons are sort of a hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
She seems okay.
Dr. Orman.
It's really exciting having you here. I can't wait to see what you can do.
Yeah, she seems alright because she likes energy weapons. I like energy weapons too.
I saw you speaking with that Brendan Volkert earlier. What did he want?
Oh, nothing really. He sometimes has theoretical physics questions for me, though I think it's just an excuse to talk to me.
That's what I thought. He's a good kid, but I'd appreciate it if he didn't bother you at work. We don't need any more distractions.
Of course, Dr. Watson. I'll do my best to discourage him.
Can I disable those bars over there? Looks like no. Regular updates. Review permissions for assigning sidearms to personnel. SRB recommendations to increase security have overridden any normal procedures for allowing Institute scientists to carry firearms. Training for said firearms also needs to be updated. Reconsider interdepartmental network access. Certain divisions appear to be abusing this. Even within their own network, they're abusing it, huh? Security systems need to be reviewed by facility divisions ASAP. Given recent events, it is extremely important that the Institute be prepared for any conceivable situations, no matter how unlikely. Dr. Io has requested this for some time, and I am now inclined to agree with him. Personal notes. I have, in the last 24 hours, observed no less than 7 blatant violations of Institute protocol. The degree to which people appear to ignore the rules which have been put in place to keep us all safe is incredibly disappointing. Madison insists that I continue the testing battery with the child synth, despite my reservations about the project as a whole. If this were any other situation, I would not have second thoughts about going straight to the director, but given the circumstances, I'll simply wait it out. Yeah, because the director's pushing for it. Is the very one pushing for it. Is this the other scientist's terminal? Research proposals. Human cybernetics. Build on existing Institute research into implants and cybernetics to augment human capabilities and lifespan. Previous program met with limited success in a single subject. Using a broader array of subjects and new techniques could provide highly effective. Rejected by director and no reason given. Cold fusion. Divert time and materials from current Phase 3 research to explore the possibility of sustainable nuclear reactions through electrochemical processes at or near room temperatures. Pre-war work on the subject yielded no concrete results. Advances in technology could potentially make it possible. Approval rejected by Lee M. She's the one that we recruit for the Brotherhood of Steel to work on the big robot, Liberty Prime. Notes. Evidence suggests that this is and always will be a pipe dream. Miniaturization. Modification to relay assembly allowing for extra parameters when rematerializing. Specifically to explore recalibrating subject size and density. Imagine if it were possible to use the relay to shrink someone down to the size of an insect or even smaller. Let's keep things out of the realm of science fiction, please. Plasma weaponry. Pre-war plasma weapons exist, albeit in a somewhat primitive state. Samples have been collected with work from a dedicated research team. Said weapons could be improved upon dramatically. Approval pending by Lee M. Something to consider after Phase 3 is complete. Personal notes. Dr. Lee has been spending more and more time in her lab with the kid synth thing. It's creepy, and I can't help but wonder if she's getting a little too attached. Evan has rejected my last 12 proposals. I don't know how to get through to that man at all.
Safety first. Remember that.
the most boring section of the Institute, where they talk only about safety.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
All this must be a little overwhelming for you.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
Then we're back to bioscience, which I have already been through before. But more goodies. So many precision tools. And free fusion cells. So many goodies.
You smell like you've been above ground.
Hello. Please ensure that your dietary requirement...
Water and food packets. Okay.
Work on my project. You told me you would help me work on my project.
What have you got?
I can offer a range of nutritious and great-tasting food supplements. Food Supplement 7 is very popular for its spicy flavor, and Food Supplement 91 is our newest offering.
It's okay. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
I'll think about it.
Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
Seeing you in that power armor makes me think we should design some of our own.
Okay.
Systems nominal.
Let's go and see Father again, yeah?
Your presence here is a great gift, not just to Father, but to all of us.
And where exactly is Father? That's the question that I'm asking myself now. I forget where he's at exactly. Not that I really need this stuff, but you know. Oh, also, did I ever get the cure for Virgil? Not sure if I did. This goes back to the... I think this goes back into the FEV lab. Or no, this is a new area, right? They're maybe? They're carving out a new area over here. I believe they said. Doing more construction here. Wait, so did I go... Is this the same place? Yeah, we can't do much else here. So we're gonna have like a whole new level over here. Wonder if this goes up or down, not really sure. Can't exactly tell all that well. I feel like we're probably going down deeper with that. It's interesting. think I was already up here. Apparently I have not met with all the Institute heads yet. That's who's working on something. Kept hearing that.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
Can I go play now?
You're done studying? You have nothing left?
Yes. Well, it's almost all done.
Alright, well if you are so
I think more
confident,
clearly
then why
while
don't I quiz
I'm
you right
walking.
now?
Wait. Actually, there might be something else I missed. I think I should read it again to be safe.
It's also interesting that you can just walk into people's house, like their places, not their houses, but their rooms, their dwellings. Which makes me think that everybody can do this, which is kind of, you know, not great.
Scanning unknown identity.
I wouldn't want that.
Confirmed.
Call this a clean floor? Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
It is kind of grimy.
Excuse me, Doctor.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing real thinking and real work. That's the future I want.
If that's how you feel, why not leave?
Because we could do so much more. But no, everyone is obsessed with these damn synths. It's wasted potential. That's what it is. In any case, I suppose I should say, welcome. Perhaps a fresh perspective will do some good around here. Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Wow.
Sir.
Dr. Higgs.
Spend enough time here, and you'll be sick to death of the word synth. I certainly am.
Hi.
Nothing to report, sir.
How was your day?
Complicated and long.
What did you work on?
Extremely theoretical bioscience. I'd bore you.
No, I'm really interested in this stuff. Try me.
Just a lot of headaches over antigens and immunogens.
Yeah, that's my favorite subject.
I'm glad you're finally taking an interest in science, son. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
So where am I supposed to actually go for this last part of this quest? It's a nice view, I guess, over here. There's not much in the way of leisure here, though. This is Io's room. His personal terminal. Here we go. Disable security safeguards. Okay. Terminal's private data may be at risk, but there's no data on it that I can see.
Take good care of yourself, and you won't have to see too much of me.
Dr. Watson doesn't think I'm Institute material. I'm gonna prove him wrong. It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded by geniuses.
Yeah, just being an average guy here would be pretty rough.
Hello. I hear we're about to get a new food supplement.
Okay, so we are supposed to go meet division leaders. One of them's over here. We've missed, I guess,
I
so...
can't express how truly humbling it is to stand in your presence.
I guess I need to talk to someone in Advanced Systems that I forgot to talk to. There were only 2 people here. Oh, over here. Ah, okay. Is this Dr. Lee? Yeah, Madison Lee. Okay, she's the one that we need to get for the Brotherhood.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
A Courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Dr. Lee, tell me about the people in your division.
I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is the Specialist Project's lead scientist. He's, how to put it, very organized and precise. Dr. Ormond is one of the youngest scientists in the Institute, and she's something of a prodigy when it comes to physics.
Dr. Lee, I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Interesting on me, huh? Using this terminal is stealing? That's interesting. These are her actual quarters as well.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen.
Remember that.
Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
How twisted it is that Father would create a synth child of himself to play as a surrogate child for us pretty damn sick. Where are we going now? Right, talk to Father.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ao mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties. That armor should serve you well in a firefight.
I wouldn't be here, if not for your son.
Hey there.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
It's gotta be like up above here, right? Top level, next to bioscience, I think is where we saw him. Yeah. Yeah, up on the top level here. Have I read stuff from... I think I did, yeah. From your terminal already.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
First things first. How do I get back to the surface?
The same way you got in, of course. You are not a prisoner here. You may come and go as you please. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
You know, it wouldn't be above Father to program this synth specifically to be a raider like this, blame it on the railroad, and then send us after him.
Are you following?
It wouldn't be beyond him at all.
Who erased his memories? Why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
We know for a fact that the Institute could care less about innocent lives lost. They might want their property back. They might want the synth back because it's their property. But that would be all. That'd be the only reason why they would want the synth back, or they would send someone after it because they just want the synth back. That's it. They don't care about the well-being of anyone. They don't care that it's hurting people. And it is not beyond Father. I would not put it past him.
It's stuck.
To actually have created that synth with the sole purpose of being that raider, and then so that he can send us out after it in a way to integrate us into the Institute in a way that is, for us, morally justified. There's no bad... We're not doing a bad thing by going after this raider, right? Because he's killed innocents, so it's okay. But I would not put it past Father at all to have this be this giant scheme in order to better integrate us into the Institute. Wouldn't put it past him. We'll do it, but yeah, I don't trust at all. Not one bit.